Bula, Rail, and this is Rockefeller music. Kakalaki, stand up. Yeah. My baby. If love could ever have a flavor, then it'll taste just like you. And if ever I was able, there's no limit to what I would do. So graceful when you walk, curvaceous in all the right places. I promise if we talk, you're gonna know that I'm the one you've been waiting for. So baby, come get this real love. You'll see, I know just what you need. Now what is this I done run into? A strawberry wrapped up in chocolate. And from the way her body moves, I could tell that we have the bombest sex. But you gotta understand, girl, that it's all up to you. 'Cause I'm a perfect gentleman, yeah. When it comes to the way I do, you're gonna love the way I do. Baby, think it through and come on, yeah. This real love, this is real. You see, baby, you see. I know, said I know, just I know that's what you need. Baby, let's not complicate. Baby, don't keep me waiting. Gotta let me know what's up, girl. Trying to get up in your world for your love and affection. Take a step in my direction. I want your love. Said I want your love. La da da da, la da da da, la da 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 da. So baby, come get this real love. You'll see, you're gonna see. I know, said I know just what you want from me. Yeah.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love, much love. If y'all are in the building and y'all can hear me clearly, please drop a 1 in the chat. Please drop a 1 in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Please drop a 1 in the chat and let me know. y'all can hear me clearly. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly, family, so we can get right into this show. Okay. I appreciate that. I see the ones. I'm glad you guys can hear me. I'm glad you guys can hear me. And of course, we are back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm y'all host, DS1 Ross. Of course, I appreciate all the love and the support. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to my lovely lady mods that always come through and hold it down. Salute to the lovely lady mods. Shout out to all the visionaries, man. Shout out to all the visionaries. And of course, welcome back to all the new supporters. We got another great show lined up for you guys this afternoon. So do me a favor, double tap y'all screens. Hit that like button if you're here via the vertical feed. Do me that favor, y'all. Do me that favor. Then I'm going to get to the chat and shout everyone out. And then we going to get to some announcements. And then we're going to get to the show. Happy Friday to everyone. Happy Friday to everyone once again. Of course, you're tuned into the afternoon show right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. We're here Monday through Friday every 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. So let's see who's in the building. And then we're going to get to it. Shout out to the cynical one in the building. Hey, Sin, the first lovely lady mod in the building today. Good to see you, Sin, as always. I appreciate your support. What's going on, Sin? What's going on, Miss New York Nikki Baby? Shout out to you as well. I appreciate you. And you know I love the way you come through and decorate the Chizat. So shout out to you, Miss New York Nikki. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. We got two lovely lady mods in the building. Shout out to my man, Van. Salute, my brother. Salute. I appreciate you for doubling up on the show today. I appreciate your support, man. Shout out to Van. Shout out to Miss Classy Creole. Good to have you back as usual. The top lovely lady mod in the building today. Shout out to you, Miss Classy Creole. I appreciate you, love. As always, I appreciate you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Miss Scorpio Mama in the building. Hey, Scorpio, shout out to you. Shout out to you. We got 4 lovely lady mods in the building. Good to see you, Scorpio. Salute, fam. Shout out to Israelite Plight in the building. Salute. Good to have you back. Good to have you back, fam. Shout out to my man Bob in the building. What up, Bob? Salute. Shout out to my man Bob on the pull up. Shout out to Club in the building. What up, Club? Good to see you on the second show, bro. Shout out to my man Club in the building. Shout out to Mark. Good to see you, Mark. Shout out to my man Mark on the pull up. Shout out to my man Mark in the building. Shout out to my man Third in the building. Salute, Third. Shout out to my man Third Ward. Salute, my brother. I appreciate your support. We're going to get into it today, man. We're going to get into it. Headbanger video. What's good, Headbanger? Salute to all the bros, man. Salute to all the bros on the pull-up. What's up, William Council? What's going on, fam? Shout out to everybody that's coming through. Peace to my man Seth's son. What's good, my brother? Salute, man. I'm glad y'all brothers coming through, man. Hit that like button on the way in. Hit that like button on the way in, man. Because y'all know we've been going in on the topics lately. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate all y'all support. And we're going to continue with this. So y'all see the show. Y'all see the show, man. Can you trust love? Exploring the roots of intimacy barriers. Now, mind y'all, right? This show and these shows lately, of course, women can learn from it, women can take information from it, but it has been specifically speaking to the brothers. So on today's show, we're going to get into the difference between romance and intimacy. But before we get into it, right? Let me get to my announcements. Let me get to what I have to show. And I first want to say shout out to everyone who has supported the student tuition fund. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. I actually just made my first payment. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the support. Small hiccup, y'all. I told y'all I'll show y'all a receipt, but I can't show y'all the receipt because it got all my personal business on there. And it has it all over the receipt. So it's like I can't even like edit it to where y'all won't see my personal business without seeing my personal business. Because even on a receipt, it has my bank card information, has a lot of information on it. Okay. But I just wanted to let y'all know that thanks to y'all, the payments have started and they are being paid. So salute to y'all. But what I do have to show y'all and what I will like to show y'all is my grades. I'm going to show y'all my grades. So since y'all been supporting the brother, right? Because remember, it's with the help of y'all, right? That I've been able to continue this journey. Okay. So I do want to share with y'all my progress. And just remember, y'all, in order for me to continue, I have to continue to pay. So y'all continue to support. I continue to deliver on my end. The money gets turned in. Y'all will see a graduation November 2026, y'all. November 2026, y'all will see me graduating for sure. Because I'm going live that day. I'm going live that day. So let me share my screen. Let me show y'all that I'm not capping. Here is my student portal right here. Let me put it on the screen so y'all can see it. See right here, it says my grades. As y'all can see right here, I've been in school. I've been enrolled since May 28th, 2024. Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. Here's my school, South University. If y'all want to look that up, y'all can. And here's the term since I've been back. As y'all can see, I started May 27th, 2025. As y'all can see here. No, actually, it was April. There it is, April. My first class back since y'all was supporting was Biology 1. That started on April 22nd and it ended May 26th. Each of my classes are 5 weeks. So I'm on the express track to get my bachelor's, y'all. I already had a degree. I was able to transfer my credits. So that helped a lot as well. So I'm on a fast track, y'all. And then after I get my bachelor's, I only got to come back to my school for a year for me to get my master's. So I have my master's in 3 years. But as y'all can see here, Biology 1, term period 4/22/2025 to 5/26/2025. I earned my credits. I got a B in Biology 1. Next semester, which started the 27th of May and ended June 30th, I had 2 classes, which was statistics and abnormal psychology. I got a B in both of those classes. Okay. Now let's go to the next semester, which was last semester. So last semester, I had biology 2, and I got an A. This semester, I'm taking so far, these my recent classes, because I just started again August 12th. This semester ends September 15th. I'm taking 2 classes, which is personality and history and systems. So since I've been back, I've done 4 classes. 4 classes. Those 4 classes was 3 semesters. 2 semesters, excuse me. So this is where we at, y'all. I just wanted to show y'all this. I got a B in abnormal psychology, a B in biology 1, a B in statistics. If we go to the next quarter, and I got an A in biology 2. And my 2 recent classes that I'm taking right now is history and systems, which is basically how philosophy and science came together to create psychology, and personality. These are my 2 recent classes. So I will give y'all an update on that, just to keep y'all abreast on what's going on. But that's what we doing, y'all. That's what we doing. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate all y'all support. I appreciate all the donations. I just want y'all to know that it's going to a great cause, and the cause is getting done, man. So again, shout out to y'all. Much love to y'all. I definitely want to give y'all those announcements before we get into the show, y'all. Third says it's okay. Nah, bro. I'm not trying to be DS Umar. Nah, we not doing that, man. We not doing that. She says, we trust you, fam. I already know. She says you're far from a scammer. I already know, but I'm still going to keep my word and show my proof. Shout out to my man Ant in the building. What up, Ant? Shout out to my brother Ant T, man. Salute to the home of the official YT Purge. Hey, Scorpio. Shout out to Scorpio in the building. Think we had 5 lovely lady mods in here so far. Shout out to the residential OG. Shout out to Elisino in the building. Salute, champ. Salute. Thank you, Miss Classy Creole. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You already know. You already know. We getting it done. We getting it done, Scorpio. We getting it done. Club says, I appreciate the transparency and progress. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute, my brother. Yeah, we not doing that, Scorpio. We not doing that. What's up, Water and Cat? Good to have you back in the building. Yeah, we not doing that, man. We not doing that. We not doing that. So I'll definitely keep y'all posted. I'll be giving y'all another update soon on the grades. You know? So shout out to my man Bucket in the building. Salute, Bucket. Salute. What up, Rick Slick? Salute, Rick. Appreciate you. Y'all see the show, man. Y'all see the show. We need to talk about this. I know lately. I already know, man. I already know, bro. Salute. lately we've been speaking about the conditioning of men and what has been the result of our conditioning, because a lot of people don't understand why they do what they do, why they may feel the way they feel about certain things, why they think the way that they think. All of this comes from psychological conditioning. And your psychological conditioning or your programming comes from who you're taught by, where you're taught, where, who, what, when, where, and how. All of that creates your psychological programming. Shout out to Cuzzo in the building. Salute, Hills in. Appreciate you, fam. Yes, a lot of people are jaded. And a lot of people don't understand why, Sin. This is why I've been speaking the way I've been speaking about these conversations. Because a lot of people like to direct everything like it's just a gender problem, and it's not a gender problem. It's the way that we're taught. That's the problem. And if y'all notice, teachers are one of the lowest paid professions in the world. How ironic is that? That the teacher, one of the most important people in a person's life, get paid the less in society, and they're not respected as much. How was an athlete respected more than a teacher? How was a rapper have more influence over your child than the teacher? We got to talk about this. We have to talk about this. Hey, Miss Camille, good afternoon, love. Good to see you, sweetheart. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Happy Friday. I appreciate you pulling up to today's show. Shout out to you. I think we got what, 6 lovely lady mods? 6 or 7. Good to see you. Good to see you. What's up, Purple Groovy? What's going on? How is a teacher and what a teacher does just like whatever? But that speaks to why a lot of people today are in the predicaments that they're in. Because what? A lot of us weren't taught. We weren't taught, or we were taught incorrectly. You see? And remember, you don't just learn from people. People don't just teach you things. You know what else teach you things? Places. Situations. It's not just the people. So your conditioning or your psychological programming don't just come from your parents. It comes from where you live at. And what goes on where you live, and not necessarily in your house. We talk about your neighborhood. We talk about your environment. Some of my homeboys ain't never touched a drug. Ain't never sold drugs. They was outside with us every day watching us sell drugs. You think he's still not psychologically messed up because he didn't sell the drug? You got to be psychologically messed up to stand there and watch us do it all goddamn day. That ain't normal. Yo, bro, I'm gonna just stand here and every time the cops come, I'm gonna tell you when the cops come. See, we got homies like that too. Yo, boy, the cops coming. And then he's standing there like he ain't talking. We done ran already. We got homies like that too. We got people who just watch people die, watch people sell drugs, watch people harm people. They ain't never do it, but they watched it. This is psychological conditioning. They never took part in the negativity, but they was around it. Oh, you think that don't affect you? You think that don't affect you? And I think that having a conversation from this perspective allows both men and women to understand each other more. Because if we understand that the conditioning is different, then we could stop bickering over the small stuff. Because the small stuff will be understood. Yes, a level of numbness. Because see, growing up in the hood, when you little, right? You're told as a little boy, act like you ain't see that. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. So you become numb to abnormal shit. You become less and less emotional. You have less and less empathy for the people that you see dealing with this stuff because you just see them living in it. And this creates your perception about yourself and about life. You see? What up, Astral? Good to have you back, my brother. Salute. Water and Cat says people hate to have uncomfortable conversations. Yeah, because it makes them uncomfortable. Because it's something that they haven't gotten used to. Because that actually has to be something that is practiced while a person grows up. Water and Cat. You know, you're supposed to start having uncomfortable conversations when you're a teenager. That's why adolescence and young adulthood for most people are the most challenging times in their life. Because that's the time where you have to where there's a certain transition going on that's making things so uncomfortable that in your adolescent years, you begin to rebel. You begin to talk back because you going through these changes and you don't know what's going on. You see? What's up, love? Shout out to Love Wisdom. Ant says, life's BS is what turns good men into cold-hearted, cruel, nasty. Oh, absolutely. 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 OG says, right, my heart is ice cold. See? See? OG followed up right behind Ant and said, my heart is ice cold. And it comes from the conditioning. This is why I said today we're going to talk about romance versus intimacy. See, because men are never taught, we weren't taught how to be intimate. You know what we was taught? We got to be romantic. We're going to talk. We're going to talk. Men, if men are not taught to express their emotions correctly, there's the lack of intimacy right there, ladies. Because intimacy, right, has something to do with expressing your feelings and your emotions. This is why you hear a lot of women saying their relationship is lacking intimacy. We weren't taught to be intimate. We was taught that it wasn't safe, it wasn't cool to open up to a woman. You better not tell her how you really feel, because she might change the way she look at you. So I can't be intimate, so I can at least be romantic. I could at least bring some flowers and some chocolate and maybe your favorite fragrance. I could take you on a nice date. I could be romantic. But when do you ever get intimacy? See, romantic romance is the outer layer. See, the romantic part, when he whining and dining, really what that actually is, ladies, really what that actually is for men, what it's supposed to be for us is for us setting the stage for us to feel comfortable to get intimate. Now, a lot of y'all are thinking, oh, he talking about the bedroom. No, wrong, wrong, wrong. Fellas, if that's what you're thinking, wrong, wrong. And I know why y'all think like that. Because when we grew up and we heard about romance, we was taught that romance gets you sex. Oh yeah, we going there. Yeah, we going there. We're going there. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to burst some bubbles. Yeah. Yeah. Cartoons. We grew up watching cartoons. When we saw them people being romantic, that usually led to the bedroom. So we was taught that you got to be romantic. You got to know how to wine and dine a woman. For what? So she could feel good at the end of the night giving you some sex. Wrong. Wrong. I'm going to tell you the real reason why. I'm going to tell you the real reason for romance, fellas. Is to get her ready for your intimacy. See? See? Y'all done had a great night. Now you can sit down with her and have an intimate conversation about what you think about her, how you feel about her, and you can be honest, right? Because you done had a couple of hours to figure it out in your head. You done got all the nerves out because y'all done been out for about 3 hours. You done been in the bathroom multiple times to figure out how you gonna break this down to her. That's what this is about, fellas. That's what romance is. See, because if there's no intimacy after romance, mission failed. Mission failed. Failed. Because guess what? You're still just putting on a show. This is what I want you men to realize. You're still just putting on a show. Yes, you did something to impress her. Now, what do you get out of the deal? See? What do you get? See? Intimacy. Now you should feel comfortable letting her know you want to make her your woman. Now you should feel comfortable doing this. Intimacy. You feel emotionally safe. Now you can stay how you really feel without feeling like a simp, without feeling like a sucker, without feeling like a cur, without feeling like a cornball, without feeling like a lame, without feeling thirsty. You see? See, fellas, let's be honest. Let's be real. Let's be real, fellas. You not tired of acting and playing? You not tired of playing? You not tired of entertaining women that you really don't have no feelings for? Notice what I said, that you don't have any feelings for, meaning there's no intimacy. Because remember, men can have sex without any intimacy. I don't have to like you. Fellas, you not tired of that yet? You not ready to live your life on purpose with a purpose? You ain't ready to do that yet? It's 2025. You ain't had enough? You ain't seen it all? Because at this point, all this shit is a repeat. And this brother's in the chat older than me. So I know y'all tired of it. I know y'all tired of it. Romance with no intimacy. Stop whining and dining a woman that you don't want to be intimate with. Intimacy must come with it. If she's not available for you to be intimate with, then that is a woman you shouldn't be spending no time with. That is a woman you shouldn't be spending no money on. Remember, we spoke about this. The vetting process of a man. Time toll, trouble, and threat. If she don't pass the time test, you might as well cancel all the other stuff. See, a lot of you men waste your time on women that you can't be intimate with. Meaning time outside of the bedroom. Because intimacy takes place outside of the bedroom as well. You don't like her. You don't like her. She's not a cool female. Y'all not friends. She's not friendly. She's hard to get along with. She always got problems. And what I mean by problems, I'm talking about drama. Drama. Her life is an episode on Jerry Springer. Fellas, why do y'all keep entertaining this? Why y'all keep trying to go out on dates with these types of women? Why are y'all seeking romance from women you can't be intimate with? If you don't trust her, she shouldn't get your time. Because you have to trust her outside of catching a goddamn STD. You got to trust the fact that if you in the street with her, she don't set you up to get killed. You got to trust her outside of the bedroom. Intimacy, trust. And I understand that a lot of us men were conditioned to only focus on romance. But I'm here to tell y'all fellas that that's the problem. You're not paying attention to the core. You're paying attention to the outside. See, because at the core is where the meaning lies. Intimacy can create romance. Let me say that again. Intimacy can create romance. I'm gonna give you an example, ladies. You ever been with a guy who don't know how to be romantic? If you allow him to be emotionally vulnerable with you without shaming or putting him down, and that becomes a normal thing where he's able to come and express certain things to you, and he could trust that you don't throw it back in his face and make him feel some type of way about it. Over time, he will begin to develop his romantic side. How do I know this? Because I was like that. I ain't care about romance. Romance? The hell is that? I used to say that. Romance? What the hell is that? And what I realized was I was running from romance because I was afraid of being romantic. I was afraid of exploring that side of myself because it made me vulnerable. And whenever I felt vulnerable, I felt soft. I felt weak. I felt like a punk. So this is what stopped me from being romantic for a long time. A long time. I'm talking about up until maybe a few years ago. And what I realized was What I realized the problem was I didn't get a chance to feel emotionally safe for me to express those things freely without any shame, without any embarrassment, confidently express that. You see? So if you allow a man to be intimate, he will develop romantically. He'll develop it. Because if he really feels the way he feels about you, and you're allowing him to express this to you, he will begin to show it tangibly. He'll begin to show it on the outside with the dates and the gifts and all of the stuff that he could do. But if he doesn't have that level of intimacy, he can't freely be romantic. You see? See, fellas, I understand what the barrier is. See, a lot of y'all women came on the internet and as female content creators, right? Which I can't blame y'all if y'all talking to women, y'all gonna make it about women. I'm not talking about that. But where a lot of women got hurt and misled at is it was told to women that women need emotional security. Women need reassurance. Women need the space to express how they feel. See, the level of conditioning was wrong, which is why a lot of women grew up and now they have to reprogram. And it's the same thing with us fellas. Those things that I just named are not specific to women. Oh, a man don't need reassurance. Yes, the hell I do. Yes, I do. I need reassurance. Yes, I do. May I need it as much as you? Probably not. But do I need it? Yes. Yes. Do I need the floor to express how I feel and just need to be heard? Yes. Yes. This is not specific to women. Because when we start doing that, this is how we start creating dysfunctions. This is how you start creating dysfunctions, barriers. And those barriers are going to transfer over into relationships, with how you relate with other people. You see? Love Wisdom says men need reassurance, nurturing, respect, and consideration. Yes, we do. And not because we're men, it's because we human. It's not because we men, it's because we human. Women need it because they're human. Intimacy is a part of relationship. Relationship. If you don't know how to relate to someone, right? Then you are not fit for a relationship. What is part of relating to somebody? Shutting up and let them talk. Shutting up and listen and not listen to respond. See this? This is part of relationship. This is also part of intimacy. Because guess what? Some of us men, the only person we have to vent to usually are our women or women in general. Fellas, when we usually got some shit to get off our chest, where do we usually go? We go to our woman or we go to our mama? We go to our woman or we go to our mama? See that? And why? Because we know as men, they understand intimacy. Because they was taught this. You see? We was taught to be romantic, to come sweep the woman off her feet, come through like the hero. That's the romantic romance. But you know how many men will go out on a date, wine and dine a woman, get sex at the end of the night, and still go home and feel empty? I'm a say what a lot of dudes won't say on here, because that's me. Sex don't fulfill us. It's the intimacy. It's the intimacy. Why do y'all think married men deal with prostitutes? They don't deal with prostitutes for sex. They deal with prostitutes for intimacy, privacy. I could talk to this woman. I can't talk to my goddamn wife because every time I tell her how I feel, oh, so what you saying? Man, let me get the hell out of here and go call home girl. See. See, this is why a lot of men don't want to talk about this. See, that's why they going to down there to the host roll. See, a lot of y'all think it ain't about sex. It's about intimacy. And a lot of times the married men is going in them hotel rooms and paying to have conversations. They ain't having sex. They having a goddamn therapy session. The married men be in them hotel rooms crying to them prostitutes. Them prostitutes be giving them men life advice. And a lot of times they be telling the men not to leave their wives. While you women be so against them hoes that you think your husband can't leave alone, them hoes be telling your husband not to leave your ass. Mm-hmm. And that same husband that you don't listen to because it's all about you, right? He got to go and talk to her to get advice on how to deal with you because you lack intimacy. Because you lack intimacy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What up, Brownie? Brownie says, nah, the 304s always talk about how these men be venting and telling their darkest thoughts. Right, when they should be telling it to their wife. Why they not telling it to their wives? Because their wives can't receive it. Why? Because their wives are not open to it. Why? Because their wives are not intimate. They have intimacy problems. Why you think in most marriages they say, oh, the sex is great? Yeah, the sex is great. No intimacy. No intimacy. The sex is great. No intimacy. No intimacy. See? See? These are the barriers. If there's no intimacy, there is no love. I'm going to say it again. If there's no intimacy, there is no love. You can't love me. You can't love me. Because you really don't know me. See that? You really don't know me. Yeah, you know my name. Yeah, you know where I work. Yeah, you know the outside. You don't know me. You don't know me. And guess what? You don't want to know me either. You only want to know the part of me that the world knows. See, when a man is intimate, that means you begin to know who God know about. See? The inner workings of that man. See that? But you have to allow that man that space to express it. Because again, a man expressing his emotions is not easy. This is something he has to it's just like a woman, right? Who has never had a man be romantic. You see? If you never had a man show you that he love you, show you he care about you, show you he's attracted to you and he wants you, right? Then you're not going to know how to provide the intimate side. See, this is why it's all about balance. See, a woman who's been neglected romantically is not going to know how to provide for a man intimately because she missing something. And vice versa. How you want me to be romantic if we can't be intimate? Because see how a real man gonna look at it, he gonna look at it like I'm doing all this shit for nothing. I'm the result is it's not manifesting. You see? So we have to understand this as men. If there's no intimacy, there is no love. Trust, the word trust is a part of intimacy. privacy, exclusivity. All of this stuff is part of intimacy. Notice intimacy, So you're expressing what's going on within intimacy. So that's more than just, the simple stuff. It's what's going on within. You see? And all of these barriers simply comes from our conditioning as both men and women. See, a lot of us, we don't take time to look at it from this way because we're so caught up on what hurt us, what hurt me, and what am I going to do to not get hurt again? But how do you feel living life playing it safe? Your whole life, you just playing it safe. You're not taking no risk. You just playing it safe. Life is to be lived, not looked at. See, listen, some of y'all have allowed experiences to have you sitting on the bench looking at life pass you by. Can't do that. You can't do that. Brownie says intimacy is being comfortable and welcomed in their personal space / sacred space. I agree. Ant says it's all on an individual basis. You can do all of these things for someone. There's never a guarantee they'll do it back for you. Faith and vulnerability is chemistry, no addition. Okay, you're talking to sin. Okay. Shout out to y'all in the chat, man. I'm loving the conversation in the chat. I'm loving the conversation in the chat. Love Wisdom says, folks want access, which gets you to the door. Intimacy gets you in the door. Exactly. 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 And the problem is today in relationships, a lot of people are afraid to deal with those inner problems that pop up in a relationship. See, a lot of people are quick to run and leave and flee because of the work that has to be done in a relationship. But that is why it's called a relationship. The work is you learning to relate and accepting and learning to love to relate to the person you're with. That is what a relationship is. Cultivating the relationship is y'all constantly relating to one another. Good things are going to show up. Bad things are going to show up. That's part of relating. When you want to relate, when you have a pet, that's a relationship. Some days your pet piss you off. You don't want to deal with your pet. But do you abandon it? No. Because that's not a relationship. If you're just going to abandon as soon as there's a problem, that's not a relationship. So we have to stop thinking, oh, relationships ain't supposed to be hard. I ain't supposed to be going through this. I ain't supposed to be. Who you think you are? So you think you easy to deal with? So would you want somebody to just quickly flee on you because you had a bad day? Because shit ain't going right for you? Do you want somebody who claim they love you to just leave? Because this is what's being promoted in social media. Just leave, girl. Just leave. Just leave. And go where? And go where? Oh, to the club? So she could find another dude that's going to knock her goddamn head off, right? You see? You see this? Well, at least you can admit that, Brownie. She says, facts. I know I could be difficult. At least you can admit it. Shout out to my brother Ant, man. Salute, Ant. Ant says, most people need to be protected from their demons, but those same people will fear you when it's your demons are what protects you. It's why I warn folks to just leave me. Shout out to my brother Ant, man. I appreciate the super chat, bro. Hey, but you got a point though, man. You got a point. You have a point. Because, and I'm glad you brought that up, Ant, because also part of intimacy that a lot of people, when they try to talk about relationships, they act like you don't have to deal with another person's demons. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Now, I'm not talking about no demons that will cause you any bodily harm. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the personality things. See, because y'all got to remember, nobody's perfect. And I'm not going to throw away a good woman because she has certain little issues. Because everybody got their goddamn issues. Everybody do. Everybody does. Everybody does, man. See, today it's this message of, oh, I shouldn't have to put up with this. I'm not putting up with that. I'm not putting up with this. Well, put up everything by your goddamn self then. Since you ain't gonna put up with nobody else shit, good. Because maybe you don't want to put nobody else through your shit, which is a good thing. But don't talk as if relationships are no longer a good thing for people because you have a problem with intimacy, because you're always misunderstood. Stop promoting this message of men and women can't be together no more. We got to stop doing this. And let's start addressing the issues head on instead of making it about something else. See, because the issue is the lack of intimacy. One or both parties do not feel emotionally safe. So everything else in a relationship can be okay. Everything else can be good. Everything else could be on the up and up. But when it comes to that part, they go their separate ways. And over time, this breaks down a relationship. Because again, what did I tell y'all? There is no love without intimacy. There is no love without intimacy. You see? So over time, the more and more that the intimacy is lacking, the love is going to wear out. Because I don't even know you. I don't even know you. I don't know who you've become. You don't know me. You don't know who I've become. How we love each other. Or are we just saying it because we think it's cool to say? We love each other, but I can't come talk to you and you can't come talk to me. And be honest. But we love each other? How? How? Brownie says, once a good girl gone bad, she gone forever. Well, that's a choice. That's a choice. That's a choice. That's a choice. I don't ever believe that a good woman will ever choose to be anything else but a good woman. And I don't think a woman who's truly a good woman will turn into a bad woman because of her experiences. You see? Just because you went through what you went through shouldn't make you a bad person. You may become untrustworthy. You may become hypersensitive and hypervigilant, but it shouldn't turn you into a bad woman. Because if you can be turned into a bad woman, you was never a good one. You was never a good woman. You was just waiting for the perfect time for you to activate that shit. Come on, y'all. Same thing with a man. A man could be with a bunch of bad women. That don't mean he gonna be a bad man. Now he may have some things he need to work on because of what he been through, but that generally doesn't make him a bad man now. If you allow those experiences to then identify and make you, then that's who you are. Then that's who you are. Brownie says, I've lived that and it never worked. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. And it actually hurts you even more. It hurts the person even more when they try to go and try to, they start moving on that rebellious energy. And I'ma just go ahead and be what they think I am and all that shit. That shit could destroy some people. I saw it. Well, I'ma just be ain't shit because that's how they treating me. And then they really get ran through the ringer. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. You see? Don't do that. Don't do that. Because again, right? Experiences in life is for you to have a testimony. You go through things in life so you can overcome those things, so you can come out on the other side a better person. You don't just go through things in life just because. What you go through in life is to develop you. And if you begin to look at it from a psychological perspective, you'll understand that a lot of the things that you go through is to make you better in the end. It's usually for your greater good. You see? So when I ask the question, can you trust love? Love ain't the problem. And that's what people like to do on social media. People want to demean and denounce these principles, because love is not a word. Love is a principle. Love is an attribute of God. So when you speaking against love and rebuking love, you're automatically rebuking relationships. Because relationship come from the principle of love. That's where relationship come from. We ain't gonna go into it from a biblical perspective. We don't got to do that. But y'all know where I'm going with it. You see? The relationship that the Most High and his son had, the relationship that the Most High has with us, the love he has for us is why we supposed to have a relationship. There's no relationship without love. There's no relationship without love. There's no relationship without trust. There's no trust without intimacy. See? See? Faith without works are dead. You can't just believe in something and not work at it. You can't just keep it in your mind. A relationship doesn't grow without intimacy. How do you trust a person? Because they're what with you? Honest, transparent. These are all attributes of what? Intimacy. 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 You see? And this is why relationships are lacking love and people are feeling lonely. They're feeling lonely in their families. They're feeling lonely in their marriages. They're feeling lonely in their relationships because the love is lacking, because the intimacy is not there. Everybody's walking around on autopilot. That's not love. Everybody's just walking around like robots, going in their own direction, doing whatever they're doing. That's not love. Everybody talks about communication. Proper communication is intimacy. You see? See, because all that dressed up stuff don't matter. It's about what's really going on. You see? There's a lack of intimacy. That's why the sex is boring. You wonder why the sex is boring, fellas? Because all y'all doing is having sex. Won't you chill? Fall back. Learn how to miss it for a while. Create a new vibe. Intimacy. That's what's missing. That's why it ain't as fiery as it used to be. There's no intimacy. You bored. You know why you bored? Because y'all ain't got nothing to talk about. Yeah, that's why you're bored. You ain't got nothing to talk about. It ain't her vagina that got corny. The relationship got stale. Because it wasn't no relationship. It was a situationship where y'all would just meet up and do the hanky panky. Y'all meet up and do the hokey pokey. That's it. That ain't no relationship. Y'all just did the hokey pokey and turned yourself around, and your ass went home, and she went home. Because that's what it's all about. Hokey pokey. Shout out to Miss Country Girl Queen, and she said it's just a booty call. You got a bunch of people walking around living their life like that, and then going to get on the internet and tell you why you don't need to believe in love, why you don't need to trust love. Oh, you might as well say F marriages. People that's just sitting around doing the hokey pokey. These people are crazy. Yeah, because that's what it's all about. Love, wisdom. That's what it's all about. Third says also be spontaneous for a change. Quit having routine, scheduled sex. Do something different and exciting for a change. But how you going to do that, third, if you don't feel comfortable? If you don't feel comfortable going with your idea, if you with a person who don't like to try new stuff, see, we talking about the barriers. It's the intimacy. Nobody want to try nothing new. Why? What if I don't like it? That's the first thing come out somebody's mouth. What if I don't like it? Well, you don't like this no more, right? So let's try something different. Oh, we might as well keep doing it how we been doing it because I be good with that. Intimacy barriers. Intimacy barriers. I'm going to give you an example, third. A woman might set up a date for a dude, right? And she might say, let's go to Barnes and Nobles. Let's go to the goddamn library. A third, a club. Some of these men hear about a bookstore, they might shit on themselves. You tell some of these men, yeah, our first date, we're going to go to Barnes and Nobles. Some of these dudes might have a goddamn, they might go on a cardiac arrest. What? First thing out this dude's mouth. Oh, you read books? Yeah, she read, nigga. You don't? Oh, you don't read? Intimacy. She's trying to establish some intimacy. So she said, let's go to the bookstore. I like books. But you worried about your two little testicles in your drawers. So when she told you we going to the bookstore, your ass had an anxiety attack. Cause you ain't used to reading. Cause you not used to being around a woman like that. Yeah, you used to a woman just pulling her drawers down. You not used to no woman pulling down her goddamn thinking cap. Oh, you ain't used to that. That scares you. It scares you, doesn't it, fellas? That scares you. She don't read True to the Game. Yeah. She don't read True to the Game. She don't read Black. She don't read The Coldest Winter Ever. Yeah. She don't read Be More Careful. You know, none of them books are in Barnes and Nobles. She don't read that. She don't read Donald Goins books. You know what she read? She reads philosophy books. She reads science books. Yeah. She likes rocks. Not crack rocks. Rocks. She likes rocks and shit. She likes to read up about gemstones. Yeah, she likes to read about the atmosphere. See, fellas, when a woman want to take you somewhere like that, she trying to see how intimate you are. Because in a bookstore, it's what? Quiet. You could sit down in the bookstore Indian style and read. She's also seeing if you're smart. And if you're into other things outside of the norm of what she's used to with men. See, this is intimacy, fellas. See, you don't see it this way because you think intimacy is at the Quality Inn. See, that's where you think the intimacy is. You think the intimacy is when y'all get to the room. No, nigga. No. That ain't no. That's not no. No. You're wrong. No. Not at all. If you keep spamming my chat, you're going to get blocked. That's all that's going to happen. You're just going to get blocked. Ant says, I've had many library and bookstore dates. There's usually a coffee shop there too. Exactly. Right. She doesn't read Zane books. Right. And Donald Goins. Brownie says, I like zombie themed fiction. Pay attention, fellas. Listen, fellas. I hope y'all be paying attention to the women in the chat. Because when I do these types of shows, the women literally be in the chat room giving it up. And I don't think a lot of you dudes be paying attention, but they literally be giving it up. Like just keeping it 1,000. So if you're interested in Miss Brownie Ellie, fellas, she likes zombie themed fiction. So she actually might enjoy watching you play Call of Duty Zombies. She might join. On Halloween, take her to a haunted house. Fellas, I'm done. If you ever get a chance with Brownie Ellie and you take her on a date, I just told you where you could take her. Take her to a haunted house. She likes zombies. Take her to a haunted house. Don't say I ain't never give you nothing. Don't say I ain't never give you nothing. Bro says I love coffee. Oh yeah, I know. See, look, she's talking, fellas. She's talking. The women are talking. Look, Cynical says, I love ancient, widely documentaries. Look. So that means Cynical likes to go to museums. She likes ancient stuff, the Museum of Natural History, the Wax Museum. Fellas, how much it costs to get in a museum? $12? It's cheaper to get in a museum than the goddamn movies. These women in here is giving it up. And then y'all get on these platforms. Oh, these women be wanting men to spin an arm and a leg. No, you don't even know what she like. Bro, it's cheaper to take her to the goddamn museum than the movies. And she might enjoy the museum more than the movies. So why you keep getting on the internet lying? Why you keep getting on the internet trying to discourage men? Stop doing that shit, man. For views. Stop it. Because when the women come in my chat, they give it up. They tell. They tell. They tell. They tell. Hey, yeah, Third said, for the love of Brownie, hosted by DS1 and Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Oh man. Third is crazy. Brownie says museums have free nights for residents too. They sure do. And they have free movie nights. Y'all could go see free ancient movies at museums too. Did y'all know that? No. Y'all just get on the internet and listen to what these. Don't say that, DS1. You've been doing good the whole show. Y'all be getting on the internet, listening to these dudes discourage y'all, man. Stop letting these people discourage y'all. Ladies, too. Stop letting these old battle acts discourage you from being intimate with that man. Tell that man how you feel and be honest. Stop letting these battle acts tell you, yeah, keep lying because they gonna lie. Stop listening to that old ass, played out ass shit that kept them women back then lonely. Stop believing that shit, man. Intimacy is a part of love. Don't say you want love and you love people, but you ain't intimate. You ain't intimate. Cynical says, I meant to say I like ancient history. I like true crime stories. Look, listen, look, y'all. Look. I hope y'all reading the chat, fellas. Because the women that are talking are single. I have some married women in the chat. The women who are married, you notice they not talking about what they like, right? Because they married and they respect their husbands. See? But the women who are in here saying what they saying is because they single. Pay attention, fellas. Pay attention. My man love a handwritten love note with some perfume on it. Sin says, I like Greek mythology. Yeah, they single, Water and Cat. Yeah, they single. That's why they putting it out there. The married women are not saying anything. You notice that? Shout out to Miss Country Girl Queen. See? Miss Country Girl Queen, she ain't saying nothing. Classy Creole ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing. Club says, I will say it for you, DS1, real world failures / internet scammers. There you go, bro. There you go, bro. There you go. And that's literally what content creators such as myself, that's actually the evil that I'm up against. Literally. Because of that, it's so hard for people to really gravitate to people who are just being honest and who are really being themselves. It's hard for people to grasp it and to accept it, man, because so much of the internet scammers, man, who are real world failures, by the way. By the way. Third says, fellas want to take a woman on an intimate date. Take a woman to a drive-in movie theater. Make sure your car's decent and clean too. Facts. Facts. Listen, ladies. When a man is allowed to be intimate with you, again, he'll turn his romantic on. And remember, ladies, sometimes you may have to work with your man. Because he may have to get used to being romantic. So it may start off slow. It may start off with him writing to you, sending you cards and stuff like that. It may start off that way. But it doesn't mean he doesn't want to do the big stuff. It doesn't mean that. You see? So just understand that, man. Ant says, I don't want Brownie's dude to lose his shit, bleed over the internet. So I just leave Brownie alone for now. Oh my. Hey, shout out to Mr. Ellie. I don't mean no harm, bro. I didn't know that I didn't know until she put in the chat that she writes notes to you and spray your favorite perfume from her on the letter, sir. So I don't want you to think that I'm trying to send dudes at your woman. I'm not doing that, bro. I respect relationships. I respect marriages. I do all of that. All right. So if you're listening in, my bad, bro. All right. She was talking. I thought she was single. My bad, bro. My bad, bro. My bad, bro. 6 says, I chose wrong. I love her, but I wouldn't marry her. Then if you admitted that you chose wrong and you wouldn't marry her, then move on, bro. Don't waste her time and don't waste yours. See, listen, fellas. A lot of times too, we be wasting our own time. If you know you chose wrong and you know that you not, move on, bro. Don't waste her time wasting yours. Don't waste her time wasting your time, because that's what you're doing. Why stay? Because you don't love her. You really don't. You probably love the sex. You know, you probably love the little basics. You know, she probably fry chicken hard. So you probably love that. You know, she make a good taco and a good mac and cheese. You probably love that. But bro, come on, bro. You know you don't really love her, man. Leave that woman where she at. Let her move on and find a man, and you go and find a woman that you love, bro. Don't ever stay with no woman and you know you chose wrong. And I'm telling you that from experience, because I did it. And that shit could ruin your life. Stop doing that, fellas. If you know, leave, bro. Leave. And leave as early as possible. Trust me. I'm telling y'all this from experience, man. Telling y'all this from experience, man. Shout out to my brother Ant. Salute Ant for doubling up. Ant says, I'm trying to, sheep, but there's no need to water down their entertainment with enlightenment. You're right, bro. Right. You're right. It's no need for that. Let them do what they do over there. I agree. Shout out to my brother Ant, man. Make sure y'all go follow my brother Ant. Follow both of his channels, Auntie's Baller Room, and also follow him at the home of the official YT Purge. That's where he does a couple of shows, but he always does my favorite show, which is Coffee and Chill, which is every Sunday. He also does body cam reactions, and my brother also does The Purge. If y'all don't know, or if y'all ever heard of The Purge, in case y'all don't know and y'all visiting from other sectors, that's my brother NT, man. And I believe he's gonna have another purge coming up too. I could feel it. I could feel it. I could feel it. I could feel another purge is coming. I could feel it's coming. It's a lot of stuff that can be addressed. So I believe it's another purge coming too. I think it's almost well due too. I think we're both complacent at this point. Yeah, so it's time to go. If y'all are both complacent, it's time to go, man. It's time to go. Respectfully. Club says, respect her time. And damn it, respect your own time. There you go. If it's a struggle to deal with that woman outside of the bedroom, it's time for you to stop dealing with her. If the only time y'all get along is when y'all are having sex, that ain't no relationship. Y'all gotta go, man. That's toxic. It's toxic. Country Girl Queen says, facts. Me and my ex co-worker just had a conversation about this today. Wow. Yeah, I think it's coming. You already know, Ant. You already know, bro. Yeah, I think one is coming. Classy Creole. Club says DS1 is correct. It's better to leave early and salvage what you have as opposed to staying and losing a lot more. Facts. I lost a whole lot, bro. Not nothing I can't get back, but I did lose a lot. L'Oreal says, yeah, there's something that's keeping you there in that relationship. Absolutely. It's always better to make the trade / waiver earlier than late. Yep. There you go. There you go. And that is because we think that that's what intimacy is, man. The lack of intimacy is not the lack of sex. The lack of intimacy is when I can't talk to you and you can't talk to me because I'm not listening and you not listening. That's the lack of intimacy. That's the lack of intimacy. You see? That's the lack of intimacy. 6 says it's been, man, hey, I'm going to tell you, like my big brother told me, hey, you just did a jail sentence. That wasn't a relationship. You was in jail. It's time to go. It's time to go. Yes, it can cost you everything. Especially your mind. Especially your mind. And this is why I wanted to speak on this today. Sin says, I'm not the most nurturing, but I would do almost anything for someone if I truly F with them. See that? You got a big heart. You got a big heart. So you may not be that nurturing, but you are definitely caring. You're definitely caring. You see? But shout out to everyone for tuning into the second show. I appreciate y'all. I definitely want to come and have this conversation. We will be back tomorrow. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. But remember, y'all, men are taught to be romantic. Women are taught to be intimate. This is why women can express their feelings and express an array of their feelings, and men have trouble with it. Because when you tell me I can't feel, then how can I truly feel you? Let me say this again. If you tell me I can't feel, as a man, I'm not supposed to feel, how can I truly feel you? I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.